Okay, so welcome to Yin and Meditation. We're starting a little early, yay. So just come into a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. I'll start us off with the bell. Just allow the bell to bring you into this present moment. Just closing the eyes, letting your spine be tall, relaxing your face. And just begin focusing on your breath. Maybe noticing where you feel it the strongest and placing your attention there. Just allow yourself to fully arrive here in this space, in your body. See if you can allow each inhale to bring you into this present moment. Each exhale, just relax and soften the body. So throughout this Yin practice, we want to try to maintain this meditative state. Staying connected to your breath. Stepping out of our thinking. Maybe setting an intention for your practice. Maybe it's to just be fully present in the experience. And on your next inhale, just bring your hands out to touch to the sides of your mat or on the floor. And as you inhale, reach up, look up. And as you exhale, twist. Bring the right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee. Then inhaling back to center, exhaling, twist to the other side. Let's do one more round. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, twist. And then coming back to center, we will begin in butterfly pose. So bringing your feet out in front, toes together, bringing your hands around the toes, and this may be enough for you. You may just be seated like this. If you can fold. We do lots of folding in Yin. So you may have your elbows on your shins. If you can, you're working to get the head down to the feet. That is the full expression of the pose. So just take your shape, focus on your breathing. I'll be keeping the time. So with Yin, we have 3 rules. We're coming into the pose at an appropriate depth or edge for yourself. So you feel the stretch, kind of where you feel you're at your limit, but you don't ever want to be in pain. So if you ever feel shooting pains, you want to hop out of that. Second rule is we hold the pose for a while. And the third is we try to stay still. The unwritten rule is we're always breathing. We're just focusing on keeping out of thinking. And if your mind feels busy, you can inhale to a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8, maybe 10. When we make our exhales longer, this kicks in the parasympathetic, which is our calming nervous system. That's the one we want. You can add in phrases to help still the mind, such as breathing in, I know this is my in-breath. Breathing out, I know this is my out-breath. You're over halfway through this shape. We'll be here 1 more minute. Check your jaw, make sure you're not clenching anything. Soften the face. Very slowly, releasing your hands, just begin to walk yourself back up into a seated position using your hands under your knees. Help bring them up, and then we'll roll the hips to each side. And then from here, you're going to make your way onto your back. We're going to move into star pose, Joy's favorite. Second. And so you want your feet as wide as the mat here. You're going to bring your arms up and over the head. So the armpits are facing the ceiling. Just allow this pose to help you connect with the breath. Very centering, calming pose. Maybe noticing where your hands and feet are connected to the mat, the earth. Maybe you want to practice belly breathing here. As you inhale, blowing the belly out like you have a balloon. And as you exhale, pull the navel to the side. Inhale, blowing the belly out. Exhale, pulling it. Just imagine sending breath to all the tips of your fingers and toes. We're halfway through, a little over. We'll be here just about a minute and a half.
your next inhale, you're going to bring the arms back down onto the mat. We're going to stay on our back for the next shape. Just bringing the knees up, we're going to move into happy baby. So you're going to want your feet facing the ceiling. Your hands can come to your toes, to your ankles, the outside of your feet, basically whatever you can grab. And you can maybe ground the sacrum here. You might want to move just a minute and then settle into a space you can hold. Just breathing, and if this ever gets too much, like maybe when I call halftime, if you're over it, you can come down into knees to chest. Otherwise, you're in happy baby. Just check in, notice if you've lost your anchor to your breath. Not caught up in thought, don't judge it, just come back to the body, to the breath. The mind loves to pull us into thinking. You're over halfway through. You want to come down to knees to chest, or you can stay in happy baby. Slowly, if you're still in a happy baby, you're going to bring the knees down to the chest. You can roll on the low back for just a minute. And then extend your legs and move into the resting position. And just take a minute to let your body reset from that shape. So often at the end, we're holding the poses and then we take a quick rest. Just give your muscles time to rebound. On your next inhale, you're going to bring the feet up so the knees are bent. And just rolling to the right side, and we will meet in tabletop. So you want to bring we're just going to do a few cat-cows here. So just bring your hands just under your wrists, shoulders, no, not your shoulders, knees are under hips. What did I say? My hands are under your wrists. I can tell, your wrists are under your shoulders. I did this morning too. I said, what your hands? Like, so your wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, pressing into the palms, drop the belly as you inhale and gaze up. And as you exhale, press with your palms into the mat, tilting your pelvic bone, arching the back, bringing chin to chest. And inhale, dropping the belly, gazing up. Exhaling, round, chin to chest. And just do a few more of these at your own pace. This lubricates the spine. Move your spine in every possible position that it can go, which is good for it because most of the time we're sitting, we're driving, we rarely move it in this way. And then from here, you're going to flip the toes, lift your hips, we'll move into downward dog. Just walk out the feet here. Stretching one at a time. Lifting your tailbone as if you have a stream, pulling yourself up. And then you're going to walk the feet up to meet the hands, moving into a forward fold. You want your feet about hip distance apart. You can measure that with 2 fists between your feet. Then we're bending the knees, and you're just letting the upper torso go. Letting your head fall towards the earth. The crown is releasing. You can also clasp elbows if that's easier. So we want to just completely let go here. If you feel any pulling in your low back, just bend the knees a little bit more. This is a great pose for anxiety. It's very grounding. You think it wouldn't be with your head upside down, but it is. It makes it easier for your heart to beat. It lowers blood pressure. It basically massages all your organs by compressing them. It's also called the fountain of youth pose.
You're already over halfway through. We just have about a minute and 30 seconds left. Maybe just check in, make sure you're not clenching the jaw. Maybe see if you can release the upper body even 10% more. Forty-five seconds. Sometimes this pose is done for like 7 to 8 minutes. I don't know how people do it that long. I guess you work your way up to it. Then very slowly, making sure your hands are stable. You're just going to bring each knee down one at a time and just make your way onto your belly into a resting position. Stacking the hands, making a little pillow, resting your head for alligator pose. Next inhale, you're just going to come up onto the forearms. We're moving into our back bend. So you're going to just bring the palms out and they're flat, and then you press up into the back bend, and you are like this. This is Sphinx. If you want a little more, you can angle your hands to the corners of the mat, lifting up. This is a little more intense, so pick the one you can maintain without being in pain. And just close the eyes, check in with the jaw, face. Relaxing the tongue, mouth. Check in with the glute muscles so you're not clenching. Just really see if you can soften into this shape. Really, the only place that should be working is the low back that's in the bend. This is a back bend. Just visualize sending breath all the way down your spine, one vertebrae at a time, down to the tips of your toes. And just visualize bringing the breath back up the spine, through the shoulders, and out through your fingertips. Just sending breath to every cell in your body. You're halfway through if you want to make any adjustments to what you're doing. We'll be here one more minute. Very slowly, slower than you think you need to go, begin to lower down back into the resting position. Let your toes touch, your heels fall open. That will decompress the spine. Just check in. Notice what you're feeling in the back. On your next inhale, you'll come up onto your hands and press yourself back up into table. And from here, we'll bring our knees as wide as the mat. The big toes are touching, sinking your hips back onto your heels, walking the hands forward until the forehead hits the mat. Child's pose. You're breathing. This should feel good after the Sphinx pose. You're halfway through the shape. So yin targets your connective tissues, the deeper tissues like your fascia, the ligaments, the joints, and your bones. So when you're holding these poses, your mind may tell you you can't hold them or it's uncomfortable to hold them. But as you continue to hold, eventually what happens is your body sends synovial fluid to the joints. And so you're lubricating each joint. But it's also a meditative practice, forcing you to turn inward, both body and mind. You're stretching and lengthening tissues and muscles maybe you don't normally use. And you're teaching yourself how to breathe through discomfort and notice it without reacting, and how to sit with your thoughts, noticing them, but not getting caught up in them. On your next inhale, you're going to activate your arms to help you lift up into table, and then just drop yourself back down into the resting position. Taking a minute to rest, reset, check in. On your next inhale, you'll just press with your forearms up into a seated position, and we're going to make our way onto our backs, setting up for reclined butterfly. So coming onto your back, you'll bring the soles of your feet together, letting the knees fall open. Bringing your hands to maybe your
thighs, or one on the belly, one on the heart, whatever you find comfortable. You can also just have them open on the mat. Just check back into your breathing.
Halfway through the shape. Begin to bring your awareness back.
then straightening each leg one at a time. Just letting your body take a rest for just a minute. On your next inhale, just bring your left knee up and hug that knee into your chest. And then from here, we're moving into a twist. Just cross that left knee over your body until the knee hits the floor. And then extend your left arm, facing the opposite way. To extend the twist. Inhaling, bringing that leg back, and extending the left leg out, bringing the right knee into the chest, and then using your left hand to help you cross that knee over the body until it hits the floor, extending your right arm out, gazing the opposite way of your knee, just breathing into the back. Twists are very calming to the nervous system, and they feel really good. On your next inhale, just rolling back to center, maybe hugging both knees in one last time, rolling on the low back. And then just extend your legs as wide as the mat. Let your arms fall out, open to receive, face down if you want to ground. Maybe tucking your shoulder blades, scooching the tailbone towards your feet, just making any last adjustments to become comfortable. Shavasana. Letting go of any counting mantras, normal, natural, deep breathing.
Slowly bringing your awareness back to my voice, to the room. Begin making small movements, maybe circling the wrists, toes, the ankles, and wiggling them. Maybe taking a full body stretch. Inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead, arching the back, pointing the toes. Exhaling, relax. Maybe do one more of those, like a big cat stretch. And then just make your way to your right side for just a minute and lay there. And when you feel ready, come up into a seated position for the meditation portion of the class. And just finding a comfortable seat. Sometimes you have to wiggle a little bit to get in it. And letting your spine be tall, spine aligned. Your hands can come to your knees. You could take a mudra position or just let them be open. That's your choice. And just begin focusing on your breath. Relaxing your face. Letting go of any clenching or holding. Just bring your attention to where your seat is connected to the mat. Just taking a minute to arrive. Begin following your inhales as if you've been assigned the job of bodyguard. Maybe noticing as the breath comes in through the nose, filling up the lungs, moving down to the belly, through the ribs. Seeing if you can stay connected to it until every last bit of exhale. Using the breath as your anchor. I'm going to ring the bell periodically. And that will just be a reminder when you hear it to bring yourself back to the present moment if you've gotten lost. And when you hear it, just see if you can stay with the sound the whole way, the whole length of the bell. allow the bell to gently remind you to come back without judgment. Each time we notice that we are distracted, that's okay. That's the moment we have regained our awareness, and that's the practice. And for these last few minutes of our meditation, we're going to bring our hands to our heart. This is a meditation from Kundalini Yoga. It's called Hands on My Heart. And just repeat these phrases silently after I say them. Hands on my heart, I feel the pulsating rhythm of my heartbeat. The vibrating aliveness of my being. The fire of my life. Hands on my heart, I listen to the sound of my heart. I hear the song of my soul. Hands on my heart, I have found the key that unlocks the door to love. The switch that turns on the light. The gratitude that fills the void. The power that renews my body. The life force that awakens me to my true identity. Hands on my heart, I open myself up to my own love. I hug my inner child. I hold myself in my own arms. I reunite with my soul. I am born again in my body, the fine-tuned instrument of my soul. Hands on my heart, I have found the clarity, the purity, the simplicity, and the humility of the eternal prayer for love. Hands on my heart, I feel a powerful force flood through my hands and my whole body, bringing sacredness and oneness with spirit into my human form. The hand of my soul touches me with the gift of self-love. The hand of God blesses me with the gift of divine grace. I honor the place in you where the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you where there is love, truth, light, and peace. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. Just take a moment to notice how it feels to connect to the heart, to yourself. And bringing your hands to heart center, bowing the mind to the heart. May you have peace in your mind, peace in your heart, always. Namaste. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm going to shut the recording. Bye, Elizabeth.